I'm live. Son of a gun. All right. And I am live here. I'm live everywhere. Nice. All right. Let's get to it. Let's go to Zero Hedge. Today was a very interesting day. Obviously, things were very interesting. Thank you for liking the live stream. Appreciate it. Helps the algorithms figure out that I'm one of the good guys. At least I think I am. So let's like, subscribe, all that stuff. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. That helps a lot because my videos weren't getting a lot of traction. They went from 1 million each to 1,000 each when I started talking about things that matter. But then the last one got almost 50,000. So maybe they're cutting me a little slack this time. Maybe they're going to let me, talk about things that are important. Who was it that just laid off, announced they were laying off 143,000 people in the tech sector? It wasn't Intel. Help me out, guys. You know the answer to this. I know you do. One of you does. I get the smartest TikTokers in the whole world. So let's see. That's money poorly spent. They just sent me an ad for a hotel that I just booked. Why'd you do that? All right. Oh, and by the way, the reason I'm doing my my live stream so late. Now, it wasn't Microsoft. Yes, it ended abruptly when I started talking about that time when people were all coughing. And I got kicked off right away for disinformation. I even looked to see, what do they mean by that? Yes, I'm live on YouTube as well. Thank you. Thank you for mentioning that, because I am on YouTube. And let's see if there's anybody on there with me. Nope, not yet. That's okay. This is, the YouTube thing is for posterity. And let's see. Wow, outstanding. Thank you. I just got out of TikTok prison 5 minutes ago. They literally tell you that it's 7 days. And when they say 7 days, what they mean is to the exact minute you got booted. So if you got booted off at 9:21, which I did last week, then I can't go back on until 9:21. It's pretty funny. It's not just 7 days. It's exactly to the minute. So here I am. I'm back. And let's not talk about COVID, because I just don't think that's a good idea. That's not healthy for my channel. And up. Pat's here. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it on my live stream. It's always nice to have at least one person on your live stream on YouTube, because, that's where I'm going eventually, to the second exactly. Oh, yeah, by the way, thank you for all the follows on here, because I did notice that I've put on several thousand, well, not 1,000, but a couple thousand followers. And for a year, I was at exactly the same amount. I made 100 videos, got lots of likes, lots of followers, but it never went up. It was kind of weird. I think I was in trouble. Yes, I'm on very late, because this is when I got out of TikTok prison. So I'm out of prison. I'm out on bail. I'm out of jail, and that's the way it goes. That's White Lines by Grandmaster Flash. Yeah, that was back when hip hop told you not to do drugs. Back in the 80s, when they were saying don't do it. Let's see. Did you do lives on YouTube? No, I just took my prison time and I decided to just go. And, 70% of men who were, you're held back big time. It's true. Hey, by the way, they didn't highlight that comment, which means that I think I'm the only one that can see that. That's really strange, because everything else is highlighted in white, and your comment there, Nocturnal, was not highlighted. So they basically didn't let anybody see you. Permanent ban is scary. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's why I'm doing things on YouTube, And the reason is I've got to make sure that when TikTok says, okay, enough of this disinformation that you're spreading. That's why the guy who just said talk about silver. Yes, I will talk about silver, but silver. There's like when it comes to silver, there's nothing to talk about. It is what it is. It's money. Silver and gold are money. Everything else is just a piece of paper that's a promissory note or a bond or legal tender. Yeah. We can talk about the ports because that has to do with the economy, and that's going to be a biggie. It's not going to shut down the whole world, but it's definitely going to shut down a good chunk of the economy. The thing is that these guys tried to get ahead of the curve. They knew that this was coming, and of course, when you look at stuff like the rail strike, happened. They stepped in and said, "Nope, no rail strike." But by the way, Nocturnal, that one is highlighted just like all the rest. So you said something they didn't like, and they just silenced your ass. Welcome to the new world. Welcome to AI. They got you before you could even get the comment up. You hit send, and they said, no, just that fast. Turn the neon on. Okay, well, if it's important to you. There we go. You got to have that. I think this one's getting a little dim, but we'll try it. This one is, I don't know where the control is for this sucker. Let's see. By the way, the port strike is bad, but yeah, it's not going to shut down the entire United States. It's going to hurt a little, but it is what it is. It's not catastrophic. Farmers exports. Now that's one that nobody's talking about. Apparently, there's all kinds of problems with rail and import export of grain at harvest time. Not really sure what's going on there. I'm going to dig into that tomorrow, but that is very, very worrisome because you can't have rail cars full of grain just sitting. That does not work. Let's see. Oh, by the way, as missiles were raining down on Israel today, the stock market just took a total crap. And what happened to gold and silver? They went up substantially. And the reason is in times of trouble, people run to safety. And what is safety right now? More than any other thing on planet Earth, it's gold and silver. Period. That's it. So that's my speech on silver. Buy some from me. Call me. My number's in the bio. If it's more than about 8,000 or 9,000 ounces, I will actually deliver it to you myself in person. I just made an exception for that. I did a smaller one. It wasn't small, but it was smaller than 8,000 ounces. But that was also because it was fairly local, and so that was fun. When I got to go and meet the guy and shake hands with him, and so good stuff. It's always nice to meet my clients. That way they know who they're sending a Christmas card to say thank you for saving my ass while the stock market tanked. Let's see. Jim Rickards, biggest monetary shock in 50 years. Yes, that's funny. Slowly, then suddenly, said Hemingway about men going bankrupt. That's true. That is exactly how it works. Basically, the way the stock market will collapse in the economy is it's like two magnets. And let's say they're very strong magnets and they're this far apart. You don't feel anything. There's nothing. It's like they're just two pieces of metal. You get them a little closer together, nothing. Get them a little closer and bam, they're done. And that's exactly how the market collapses. It gets closer and closer and nobody really notices. And down day, a little up day, a little down day, a little up day. But then all of a sudden, somebody goes, okay, I'm out. Just about the same time everybody else does. And then it's a panic for 3 days and we're in deep, deep doo-doo. He said it ain't going anywhere. Okay. I don't know who he is, so that's you'd have to be a little less specific about your comment there, big boy, because I have no idea what the hell that means. Was he talking about a train or a boulder that was sitting out on the plains, or I have no idea. Who won the debate? Well, that's easy. I mean, I really don't think, I don't think there's any debate about who won the debate. I think that Vance looked really, really, and I get it. He's one of my Marines, so, but he looked very calm. He looked very cool. He looked very relaxed. I really actually enjoyed the fact that they acted like statesmen, both of them. They were both very cordial to each other. They didn't take a bunch of stupid pot shots. Yes, the vice presidential debate. But and when it came right down to it, the job tonight was to make Vance and Trump look volatile and crazy, and that didn't happen. Vance looked very calm. He was very good at explaining why Trump's doing what he's doing. All of the big mistakes were Walz. Admitting that he lied is, and just blundering through that. Ugh. You said last year that the FDIC would go bankrupt within a few months. I don't know if I said it would or it could, but it will. There's no question about that. I mean, just look at the numbers. They have to go bankrupt. There's no way around it. I take it you support the spreading of democracy throughout the world through wars. Why would you say that? That's the dumbest thing you've ever said. There's only one candidate that's anti-war. Think about it. Kamala Harris has been in there for 3.5 years. How many wars got started in the last 3.5 years? 2 major ones. Okay, so please don't say things that are that stupid, because it's almost embarrassing to have to answer them. Might need to shave, though. Yeah, he's kind of a hairy bastard, isn't he? Harp carries new meaning. So much suffering purposefully. Oh, yeah, you think that harp thing works, huh? Okay. Is the stock market done? Eventually, I would say probably not right away, because it's going to take a while for people to realize that this recession's not a soft landing. If it were a soft landing, they wouldn't have cut rates by 50 basis points. You only do that when you're desperate. We need to wake up. 5 weeks, we decide. Yeah, if it's cheaper groceries or World War III, that's absolutely true. Well, yeah, I mean, come on. These guys were actually nice to each other. They were cordial. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see with my politicians. I don't want somebody up there that embarrasses me. That's the bottom line. I don't want somebody up there who embarrasses me. And does Trump embarrass me sometimes? Yeah, he says some dumb shit, and it's embarrassing. Does he do the right thing? I mean, he said, when he said that he was going to rain fire down on the little rocket man, I was like, God almighty, he's trying to start a fucking war. But then he immediately called him and said, look, we don't have to do it this way, because he knew what did he want? He wanted recognition. He probably wanted some food. He might have wanted just a little bit of grain or something. And so first it was, I'll crush you if you want to fight, but we don't need to fight. As a matter of fact, I'll come over there and I'll be the first president that steps into North Korea. What? What are you doing? I'm giving him what he wants more than anything in the world, which is a little bit of credibility on the world stage. He just wants to be recognized. It's ego. So I'm going to put my ego aside and I'm going to play him. Whoa! Who knew that Trump could put his ego aside and use somebody else's against them? Well, that's exactly what he did. That is precisely what he did with Kim Jong-un. That's exactly what I want to see in a president. I want to see a guy who says, all right, look. We can either fist fight and you lose, or we can be friends and we both win. All right, well, that's awesome. That's exactly perfect. That's what I want. I do not want somebody who says, you better not do this. And then as soon as they do, we send them another $100 billion and F-16s, which we said we wouldn't do, and missiles, which we said you can't use inside of Russia because that would provoke a full-on all-out war, because this is not an all-out war between Russia and Ukraine. It is exactly, turning off my Wi-Fi because it's glitching again. It's exactly what they said it was going to be. It's a military action. Didn't they say climate change? Yeah, oh, absolutely. Now Kim tells the forum, what? Now Kim tells the forum President for Trump. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, Florida. And by the way, there's no polar ice and there are no polar bears left by 2020. That's what Gore said. I'm compromised. Okay, that's sad that you think that. Why would you think that? What makes you say I'm compromised? Because I think for myself and I don't believe MSNBC? That's pretty sorry. Yeah, the bottom line is this: when you look at the numbers, there you can't vote for Harris. She came out with two of the dumbest ideas I've ever seen in my life, back to back. And then the third one, which was actually a good idea, was literally exactly what Donald Trump said: no tax on tips. Even though she voted for the tax on tips when she was in Senate, she voted for it. And then when Donald Trump said no tax on tips, about 2 weeks later, she came out and said no tax on tips. And guess what? When Donald Trump said it, the mainstream media said, oh my God, that would cost us hundreds of millions of dollars in tax revenue. And when she said it, it was like, oh my God, this is so good for the working class people of America. It's so sad. Look at January 6th. No, you look at January 6th, because I've looked at it very thoroughly. And something doesn't smell right about any of it at all. Nothing adds up about January 6th. Nothing at all, including Nancy Pelosi saying that she was in charge of getting more police and National Guard there, and she didn't do it. And saying on video that I watched that it was her fault this happened. So, you tell me, am I crazy? I've watched all the videotapes. Dozens of hours of them. Can you need a mod? I don't know what that means. I think it was a setup. Well, clearly, yeah. By the way, yeah. If you're, well, I said it was Democrats on January 6th. I literally said that. I said, if these guys are as smart as I think they are, and they're smart, they're sneaky and they're backhanded and they're lying, manipulative bastards, but they're smart. And I thought, God, what a great setup this would be. Turn this into just a big zoo and blame Trump, and he'll be gone forever. But he didn't do it. I will say this: if you're on the East Coast and you're near North Carolina, and you got time on your hands, you got to retire early, or you're taking a break, or you're in college and you're not helping, get off your ass. This is the United States of America. I don't care if they're black, white, Mexican. I don't care if they're Democrat or Republican. When the shit hits the fan, Americans all do the right thing. Literally, this is what I did when Katrina happened, because I'm in Arizona, and then I thought to myself, that's 2 states over. It's literally, I jump over New Mexico and Texas, and I'm in Louisiana, and I drove there. Now, unfortunately, I have my son with me, and I'm not taking him. But if he weren't here, I'd be in North Carolina by now. And if you're not, shame on you. Because, if you've got a family and you got to work every day and your budget's tight, I get that. But if you got some freedom and you got some balls, go do it. There's nothing will make you feel better about yourself than helping somebody for no reason at all, other than they need help. That's it. You're definitely nervous because you know what January. I know what January. Yeah. Oh, I totally know what January. I'm not sure that was a complete sentence. I mean, I hope in your head it wasn't, because if it was, up your dosage substantially. I said, what January 6th was about you. Yes, it was about me. Everything's about me. Tomorrow morning, when you get up, the first thing you're going to think of is me. That's an order. I have no idea what the hell that meant, but good luck sleeping tonight. I'll be there in your head. I'll just be walking around. I might stomp my feet a couple times just to piss you off. Oh, yeah. Katrina hit what? Katrina hit. That's cool, man. That's what it's all about, Uncle Dave. That is what it's all about. Sorry, guys. I had to take a little break there and kick somebody's butt. Oh, God. Look at this. Wait, you're flagged for misinformation. Can you believe this? I got flagged for misinformation already. Okay. Let me pick your brain. What are your thoughts about dock workers? Well, look, if I'm going to the beach with my son this week, or we're just going to go and hang out at the beach. He's learning how to surf. I'm teaching him how to surf. And we're just going to go soak up some sun. I'll do the live streams from the beach. What the hell? Why not, right? By a campfire. But here's the point. It's like me going out about waist deep in the ocean and trying to hold back waves. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Unfucking believable. Wow. That is just crazy. I got kicked off already. Holy shit. Well, that's that. I am off for another week. Son of a bitch. I got kicked off for misinformation. Wow. What the fuck did I say this time? Well, there's another week of money down the toilet. So I guess the bottom line is this. I will have to only talk about silver and nothing else. That's going to make for one boring ass live stream. But you know what? I don't have any choice. TikTok is how I've been making my money for many, many years now. And they're just fucking killing me. They are absolutely fucking killing me with this. These fuckers literally shut me down for what they said was misinformation. I have no idea what that even means. I don't know what they're talking about. But I can tell you this. I'm going to ditch TikTok as quickly as I possibly can, because I know that YouTube does censor, but not like that. That's just absolutely insanity. The stuff that I see on YouTube is a lot more honest. There's a lot more controversial stuff, and maybe some of it gets demonetized, but I don't even care about getting demonetized. My thing is, I just want people to know that I sell silver. So, oh, fuck. Well, hopefully, I'm going to check real quick and see if my appeal went through, or if they just denied me again. Let's see. That was the shortest live stream ever. Let's see. It says here, my live access is suspended. I can go live again as of October 8th. Wow, that was fucking fast. That was the fastest I've ever gotten kicked off. And I assume it was probably because I was talking about January 6th. And literally, I didn't say anything that wasn't absolutely true. That's the crazy part. Everything I said there was absolutely correct. Well, I put in an appeal, and let's just see what happens. But I doubt very seriously they're going to give me the appeal on that one. Motherfucker, that was so fast. That was like a 20-minute live stream. And no, Ray, I am not back on TikTok. I was back on at 9:21, and I was kicked off at 9:45. Oh, I made it to 47. I made it 26 minutes before they kicked me off again. Yep, that's amazing. Well, I'm going to make a video now and tell people to start going to my live stream on YouTube, because I just can't do this. I can't. Chris Chavant. I don't know who. I think that's one of my clients. Wow. Okay. Risk off with dollar, treasuries, and oil bid while stocks sold after attacks in Iran. or Iran attacks Israel. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. And the bottom line is, every single time we have an attack like this, it's just going to get crazier. It's just like the gold and silver jumped as soon as that happened. When people get scared, they run to safety. There is no safety in the world other than gold and silver right now, period. All right, so let's go to Zero Hedge. Let's see what's happening. Wow, that's interesting. The U.S. and China are stashing trillions overseas. Oh, the people. Okay, individuals and corporations. Okay, I got you. Well, it looks like China's doing the most, and then the U.S., then the U.K. Hey, all countries that seem to be falling apart politically. What are the odds of that? U.S. oil and gas output slide. Come on, really? Jesus Christ. Oh, a shocking investigation finds CIA contractor moved migrant children across America. Cold hard truth about the reality of the Biden-Harris administration's open border policies. Unfucking believable, man. Unbelievable. Let's see. China markets are closed, but China ETFs in the U.S. surged today. That's interesting. When people start to look for China as safer than the United States, you know the U.S. is in deep shit. Let's see. The Chinese are watching. Yeah, from inside the borders. Let's see. Whoa. Newsom outlaws voter ID rules in California. Gee, I wonder why he would do that. That's very interesting. Well, here we go. Israelis leave shelters after Iranian attack of 180 ballistic missiles. IDF says preparing to hit back. And the U.S. destroyers fired interceptors at some of the inbound missiles. That's interesting. It seems like we're spending $250,000 each on those. And we probably set off hundreds of them today. It does make you kind of wonder whose side we're on, because it seems to be everybody else's, but not ours. All right, let's go to page 2. Let's see what else is going on. Chaos as cover. Yeah, unfortunately, Kamala is Obama 4.0. If Trump wins, the resistance, both violent and nonviolent, will be so great he will accomplish very little. That, unfortunately, may be the case. Let's see. Port strike could delay delivery of critical medications because, again, we don't make medications here in the United States anymore. We've outsourced that to the Chinese in hopes that they make them correctly. Oh, boy. Wow. A dozen Veterans Affairs staffers improperly accessed medical records of J.D. Vance and Tim Walz. Ooh. That's not good. Private medical records being scrounged through by people who are looking for dirt. Let's see, at least 6 Israelis dead in Jaffa terror shooting hours before the ballistic missile attack. I'm telling you that it's just going to keep getting worse, and it's going to keep getting worse. And we're sending 40,000 people over there. But the question is, what are they going to do when they get there? You know, that's the real question. What are they going to do once they land in the Middle East, other than become targets? We're going to have 40,000 troops. How long will it take before one of them or 2 of them or 20 of them are killed in a missile attack? Then it's war, just like everybody in Washington wants. Yeah, tomorrow will be crazier. Yep, I am moving to YouTube. Absolutely. Yeah, I have to. I don't have any choice because the reality is, these people on TikTok are crazy. Like literally, I got shut down for misinformation. Now, what did I talk about that everybody else on TikTok hasn't talked about? Like, what, the January 6th? Was it because I said something about Nancy Pelosi in a video? I mean, you could go see it. It's on YouTube, for Christ's sakes. You can see the video. Everybody's commented on this video, so that's not misinformation. Did I say that something didn't smell right about the investigation or the whole January 6th thing? Yeah, you could see 100 videos on YouTube about that. Hell, you could see them on TikTok about it. But apparently, when you do a live stream, that's different. Yeah, the drill baby drill thing, that just got a little bit more difficult. And the reason is, as soon as we start to drill, the Middle East decides that it's time to lower their prices. As a matter of fact, let's go back to page 1, and I'll unpack that a little more. First shutdown in 50 years, fears of supply chain crisis. Yeah, well, guess what? That's what happens when you don't give people raises for years and years and years and years. Let's see. I have not been very focused on that. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I've got to read this. I just got to look. Oh my God. You're going to love this. Yesterday, CNBC asked U.S. Commerce Secretary Raimondo, what are you hearing will happen if dock workers strike and it goes longer than a week? To which she said, I have not been very focused on that. What? 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 You're the labor secretary, right? Commerce secretary. You're the commerce secretary. This is shutting down commerce for half the country. If there's nothing at the ports, there's nothing on the trains. If there's nothing on the trains, there's nothing on the semis. If there's nothing on the semis, things grind to a halt pretty goddamn fast. Commerce Secretary Raimondo. Wow. That's stunning. I mean, that kind of ignorance. This is, by the way, the same woman who said when she was told that the Bureau of Labor Statistics came up with 818,000 unemployed people that they had not seen previously, she said, well, I don't believe that. And they said, well, it's not Donald Trump that said that. It's the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And she said, oh, well, I'm not familiar with that. Okay. What the fuck are you familiar with there, Commerce Secretary Raimondo? Because you're not familiar with much. And that is terrifying. I mean, God, it's not focused on that. I've been very focused on commerce lately. I had this thing. I had an ingrown toenail. So I've been mostly focused on that. But, I'm thinking maybe at some point I'm going to focus on that other. What'd you say it was called again? Commerce? Fuck. That's nuts. Okay, let's go down to, let's talk about oil. Let's see. Housing starts are tumbling. What? Housing starts are tumbling? It's almost like there's a fucking recession starting. Who knew? I mean, I knew. You guys knew. We all knew a bit. But who else knew? Wow. Unbelievable. All right. U.S. oil and gas output slide squeezed by lower prices. What lower prices? Okay. Real crude prices, 2008. Whoa. God, that's a lot of money. What? Oh, in U.S., whoa, $200 a barrel in July of 2008, and by December it was that's beautiful. By December it was 62. And by the way, in April of 2020, it was $23 a barrel, and then it went to 124 in June of 22 when everybody started driving and working again. They said, all right, let's bend these dumb sons of bitches over, get our money back. Nobody makes an oil company lose money. So now it's down to 69. And the reason it's dropped, by the way, is very simple. Because every time we start to try to drill, OPEC says, ooh, lower the price. And if we lower the price, then we can make it so that it's not so profitable for them to drill. Maybe they won't drill at all, which is exactly the mistake we've been making. What we need to do is we need to start subsidizing and coming up with a way to make sure that oil gets drilled. If that means using public money and then sharing the profits with the public who paid for it, I'm all for that. Will you be coming on YouTube tomorrow? Yes, absolutely. From now on, I'm on YouTube every night, and it'll probably be about 7, and then I'll be doing YouTube from. I guess I'm going to do YouTube from the beach instead of TikTok. I was going to do TikTok from the beach, but that's not going to happen. So, all right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I've been on. I've only done 36 minutes, but I covered a few things, and then tomorrow I will make sure we're going to do the show a little bit differently on YouTube. I'm going to have a half a dozen things that I already have to talk about, and then what we're going to do is once we talk about those, then we can do all kinds of questions and answers and whatnot. And I'm going to make a bunch of videos tomorrow and put them on TikTok because I can still do videos. I just can't do live streams. But I'm going to do a whole bunch of them about the fact that we need to start all going to YouTube because this is bananas. It's just crazy. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you jumping on here with me. This is I think the most people I've ever had on here. By the way, if you like the live stream, that helps. So I've got 2 likes. If you guys can like it, that would be awesome. And I'll start getting more and more people on here. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm in jail again for 7 days. That's right. 7-ish. Yeah, exactly 7-ish. That's the way I roll. Yes, every night. I'm going to start doing this every night because it's just, it's getting to the point now where TikTok is becoming completely unreliable. And, 118,000 followers is great, but I'll just make videos on there and I'll make the videos and talk about what I need to talk about. And then I'll direct them to YouTube. And I'm not even sure the algorithm will pick that up. And I don't think they're going to ban me for that. So we'll see. They're banning me for every other damn thing I say. So who knows? But YouTube is the future. Yeah, I'm the Steve Bannon of TikTok. Exactly. No shit. All right, guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.